Welcome to part 2 of our training series on the My Big Campus Parent Portal. In part 1 of our training series, we took a look at what is My Big Campus. We examined reasons why teachers, parents, and students alike can benefit from My Big Campus. In this video, we'll assume you already know what My Big Campus is all about, and we're going to just jump right in and look at a sample student and a sample parent. So let's log in and take a look. The first thing we're going to do is log into My Big Campus as a student. From any device that can access the internet, you're going to want to go to www.mybigcampus.com. From there, the student can enter their username and their password. They'll also want to enter Front Range Christian School with an asterisk behind it, and that'll identify the correct school. Now, if a parent accidentally comes to this page, they can tap this button here and be redirected to the parent login. But for now, we're going to take a look at the student, so we'll go ahead and log in. The first page that you will see when you log in will be the activity wall. The activity wall will help the students keep up with announcements and events from any groups that they're a part of. So if a student's a part of a class, anything the teacher posts will be on the activity wall. You can see here that one of Sam's classmates has posted some prayer requests, and Sam can go ahead and pray for these prayer requests. If he wants to offer up some encouragement, he can go ahead and type in here a little note of encouragement to his friend and let him know that he is praying for him. In this case, you've got another classmate that has commented on a discussion that is a part of the class discussion. So Sam could jump in and join in on that class discussion and comment on what the student said. Here you see a couple teachers who've posted. In this case, I've posted a sample logo that I want the students to comment on and tell me whether or not we'd like to use that for our next production. I also posted a costume here and a direct link to a website where the students can check this costume out, and you can see that some of my students have already commented and said yes, we like it, and they've commented on those things. So we can communicate throughout the week on these things even though we may not see each other every day. In this case, the Spanish teacher has posted an assignment. I'm not sure what she's saying here in Spanish, but it looks like lesson 25. Sam could just click right here and be redirected right to that assignment, which is a really neat thing. In fact, if we do that, we'll be taken over here, and you can see the assignment, and it tells you what to do, and the student can download necessary forms that the teacher has attached, or whatever the case might be. To find more schoolwork, Sam can just tap on the schoolwork button and can find the schoolwork that's due today. Over here, there's nothing due today, but we do see that this week the student is going to have to do a couple assignments. The student can come over here and tap on these little links here and be directed to that assignment so they can complete the assignment online. The student can also look over here to see what's already been graded. Now, our fictitious student hasn't actually completed any work, so there's nothing graded for him. Any work that he's missed will be listed here. Now, since he's fake, he's missed a lot of schoolwork, but it gives you an example to see what he's missed. So he could have kind of come over here, clicked on this. It's past due. It was due September 20th, and it was an assignment. You can also see that they might have simple assignments, practice quizzes, regular assignments, and regular quizzes. So it lets you know at a glance what you're missing. The student can star any assignments that he or she feels is important, wants to access them quickly. Also, over here they can see every assignment, whether it's missed, graded, or submitted or not. Students can also use the messaging feature of My Big Campus to message their teacher or fellow classmates. It's a little easier than trying to look up a student's email address. The student can just click compose a message and then type. We can find Mr. Wall, and we can just type in his name, and anyone with that last name will be found. He can click on it and just start to type a message and then click send. So it's very easy to message teachers, administrators, and fellow students. The drive is the cloud storage portion of My Big Campus. This is where students can upload files by just clicking this new button. They can actually upload files directly from their iPad or their computer and be stored online in My Big Campus. They can also create bundles and access those here. They can also lift anything up from the library here. Anything that's shared with them can be found in this folder. I'll show you an example of a bundle that I shared with my students, and in this case I shared with Sam. It's a production management assignment that I've got my entire class working on together, and as each person loads up a piece of this bundle, it'll be visible to all students. And here are the directions. If the student needs the worksheet, they can just click here and download it, or click here and download this. When they fill them in, they can reattach them. So it's a great way for a small group of kids to share work with each other. If they have a group project they need to do, they can collaborate on a bundle, and they can all put portions of the bundle together and see it all live. So it's really a great feature. It's one of my favorite features of My Big Campus. Here's the calendar portion that Sam can see what's due at a glance. He can go through and see that, for instance, on this Wednesday, he's got 3 things due, so he knows it's a busy day. If he wants to start this assignment right here, he can go ahead and click here and start it. But it's a great way to communicate with your teachers and your club sponsors to know what's happening. Here's where Sam can look at all of his groups. He can see that most of these groups he's a part of are classes with the teachers, but he can also see that he's a part of a club here. If he wants to go directly to the club announcements, he can just go right here and see what that teacher has to say that day, and can be directly taken. Now you can see that many of the teachers and sponsors of the clubs have posted content here for the student to keep track of what's going on in that club. So it's a great way to communicate. Students also have access to the library of bundles and videos. For instance, let's say the student is blocked from YouTube. They could go to the My Big Campus library and find all sorts of videos and PDFs and information, including websites on volcanoes. If the student wants to watch the video, normally YouTube would be blocked. But if a teacher from any of the My Big Campus schools across the nation has loaded a video on volcanoes, for instance,
some volcanic eruptions occur on
that student could watch that video. Notice there's no access to harmful links or inappropriate comments, that it's stripped clean once embedded in My Big Campus. So the library offers students a great resource for files. The final portion of My Big Campus is the student's profile page. Here the student can post their own picture, they can see what groups they're in, and they can follow people or have people follow them. They can post photos and they can write their own blog. So it's a great 21st century learning tool. Let's pop over though and take a look at Sam's parents and what they would see. To access the parental portal, you can go to parents.mybigcampus.com. Here you'll be given a page with a similar login. In this case, your login information would be your email address and password that was sent to you by the school. If you don't know how to access your login information, please refer back to video 1 where we explained how you will get your login information from the school. We'll assume for now, though, that you have received your credentials and you can go ahead and log in. As you can see when you log on as Sam's mom, the user's interface is very similar, yet it's a different color. Over here she can kind of get a quick overview of what's due and what the upcoming events are in Sam's school life. She can also see the events that are posted on Sam's wall. Here's Miss Denbraber's Spanish class, and you can see that on October 3rd at 11:48 she assigned Spanish lesson 2. She could be redirected to this, and she could go over to this lesson and see what Sam is supposed to do, and she has access to the same file that Sam has. You can also see that costume that I was talking about here. The kid could say, yes, I do like that assignment, and they could come back to My Big Campus and say, yes, that's great. And so they can communicate all week long with their teacher, both inside and outside of class. You can also take a look at any assignments here. You could see that the student had an assignment due on October 1st, and you can take a look and read about what the assignment is. Now the actual assignment does not appear here, but you can at least read what the instructions are. On this page you'll see the student's drive and anything that they've uploaded to My Big Campus. In this case, since Sam's a fake student, he doesn't have any items. But you could see anything he's shared, files he's loaded, photos, and any videos that he has access to, or websites. Hopefully the name here will be changed soon and will then be called Drive. You can see the calendar of events of all the groups that he's a part of. And if I want to take a look at a week, I can kind of come over here and see there's a book report due on Monday. There's a questionnaire due on Wednesday, as well as a script and a vocab assignment. So it's easy to keep track of what's going on. One thing you can do, you can also subscribe to this calendar. If you'd like this calendar to be posted to your device, you can go ahead and click here and make sure that that happens. Here you can find access to all of Sam's groups. If you want to take a look at any of the groups that he's a part of, you can go ahead and click on them and see what's happening. For instance, he's in my Block 2 Advanced Video class. So I'll come over here and I can read the announcements that are posted on that wall, so I can see anything that the teacher has posted, and I can also see any assignments that the teacher has attached, or any web links or video links that the teacher would like the students to watch. Here's a web link. I wanted them to watch a video. They could click here and watch it on Vimeo. On the Pages section, the student can go ahead and access any of the pages the teacher has created. In my case, I post my lesson plans online, and so you could go in and see any of the lessons that I've written and see what it is your son or daughter may have missed. For instance, they may have been absent during this day. You could click here and see what the lesson plans are for that day. In the resources section, you can see what the student has access to in terms of resources. You can see if the student wants this PDF, they can just click here and download it. You can also see any schoolwork that's due for that student in that particular class and see that class calendar. So it's a great way to get around and to see what your student is a part of, what's going on in his or her life. Up here in the menu bar, you're going to find some other pieces of information that you might need. If you have more than one son or daughter or student on My Big Campus, then you can access the different student here. For in this case, we can go to Sam's sister, Holly, and click here. Now we just made her so she doesn't have any content, but if she did, we could flip over to her and look at all of her content as well. So this is where you'll find all your children. Over here, you're going to find your account information and your notifications. So if you want to see how you're going to get an email when someone notifies you, you can decide here what kind of notifications you want. Now the list is limited, but you can decide to be notified when someone sends you a message or when someone comments on schoolwork. So if you have these boxes checked, if I as a teacher comment on your son or daughter's assignment, you're going to get an email about that. If at any time you feel like you're getting overloaded with emails, you can just deselect these items. One of the first things you're going to want to do when you log in is you're going to want to change your password. We have made a single password to make it easy for parents, but you're going to want to come in here and enter your new password and then confirm that new password and then save it. Once you do that, though, we don't have access to that, and you'd have to reset it if you lose it. Then, if you would like to log out of the parent portal, you can go ahead and do so here. You can go ahead and log back in at any time and see what you need to see. If you'd like to see a demo student, one that My Big Campus provides, you can click here and try the demo and look at that as well. Otherwise, go ahead and log on and see what kind of exciting things are going on at Front Range Christian School.